Henry, hey,
Hey, dude, how you
congratulations on
doing, man?
your new film, Daniela Forever.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You know what? This is such a unique film, but we have to hear it from you. Is what initially drew you that you wanted to be part of Daniela Forever?
Wow. I think it was that exactly the uniqueness of it. The storytelling was just so different to what we're used to. Like mixing the genres of sci-fi with romance and taking it to kind of this spectacle of a world within kind of independent filmmaking. So there's really like no holds barred in a way. The treatment itself of using multi sort of format, beta cam footage mixed with sort of your 4K sort of cinema footage, um, and just working with Nacho, who's like this brilliant comedic genius. It was like a whole list of things, man.
Now, how do you get used to all the different formats of cinematography on something like this? Because you it when you're watching it, it does really feel like you're being transported between different worlds. But as an actor, how do you get used to something like this?
Yeah, you sort of have to remember where you are in the script and what reality you're in. Is it the real world or is it the dream reality? So, we distinguished it quite well with the Betacam footage being that drawn out, kind of washed out, very kind of corroded feel of that footage being the reality of his world of being depressed and kind of, just sort of worn. And then when we're in the dream world, like there's this beautiful vibrancy of that 4K kind of picture. Um, but as we get through the story, near kind of like third act, everything starts blurring into one. We don't really quite know. Like our eyes start playing tricks on us, and Nicholas is going through as the character, not really understanding where he is in the world. And so that was kind of tricky a little bit later on because then it was like, right, are we dreaming here or are we in like reality? And Nacho would be like, I don't know, we got to figure that out. So
How used to are you to acting with the green screen, not seeing these objects or these transformations that is actually happening in front of you?
yeah, there's always often a little bit of green screen in art in filmmaking, like especially some of the films that I've been a part of. But always it's difficult. You have to digest the vision of what Nacho says he's gonna put on the back of the on the green screen, and then have this idea in your head, and hopefully it kind of all gels together at the end product. But yeah, it's risky. You could be sort of making the wrong faces for the for certain things, but hopefully you trust the filmmakers around you.
This film touches upon very emotional subjects of both grief and love. Can you tell us about touching on those subjects and how you personally navigate through those issues?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's such a human story, right? We all experience it. We all experience grief and love at some point in our lives. And so we experience it in different ways, and the meanings are so different to every single person. So for me, it was really this idea of celebrating someone we love that has passed, because you have to allow yourself to grieve. I think that there's beauty in grieving because it shows how much that person means to you or meant to you, that you can celebrate the joys of the life that you had together, but at the same time, allow yourself to be sad that you won't be able to experience that again. I think it comes in hand, joy and grievance. So it was finding that balance for Nicholas.
I'm actually amazed with your acting style because the fact is to get into that headspace of
Mm.
grief and love and switching them on and off, it's almost like playing two different characters for this
Right.
film. So tell us how you did that. What's your process?
Yeah, I think it was really because the one thing that Nicholas goes through is like he goes through the extremes. He goes from being down in the depths of depression to this joy of finally finding being reunited with his beloved sort of girlfriend that he loves the most. But then going through confusion. It's like when you mix all of that all together and you have a human, you're putting it through, filtering it through this human being, like how tasking is that, and how sort of grinding down on someone's sort of soul is that, and realizing that perhaps you're not making the right choices that you should be, no fault of your own, but it seems to be falling apart. Like that's what he's kind of going through. So you have to be able to navigate all of those intricacies. So for me as an actor, it was just such a joy to sort of think about like we're so used to just being like, okay, so we're down here, let's be happy, and oh, we've become the hero. That's fantastic. Okay, end of film. But this guy goes through so many ebbs and flows of a character, and you're not quite sure where he ends, you know. And that was the beauty of it. You're sort of left questioning at the end of this movie, which I think is brilliant filmmaking from Nacho, and you're left to your own sort of choice of what it represents and what happens.
In order for this film to work, obviously, you have to have a great on-screen partner, and you always
Mhm.
have great on-screen partners. But tell us about working with Beatrice on this one.
Yeah, so Patricia is like phenomenal. She's so talented. She's such an amazing musician as well. So she has this musicality about her. She has this sort of ethereal kind of way about her, and she was like the perfect casting for Daniela. We see her sort of in a very infantile kind of uncalibrated version in his first sort of dreams, but by the end of it, she's a fully formed kind of human from memory. So she was able to create those moments through filming, and it's hard because we shoot not in order, so it's all sort of out of order. So you really need to be aware of your journey as or your arc as a character, and know where we are filming on that particular day. So yeah, hats off to her.
You know, this is such a great film for you because you have that chance to film in Spain, and
Mhm.
Spain is such a wonderful
Oh yeah.
country with the settings. Can you talk about being in another country for filming, because you're such a globetrotter yourself, and I'm jealous of your career.
Oh my God, if you can spend 3 months in Madrid, do it. It is one of the most amazing. Like Spain, I think is one of my favorite countries in the world. They just have the right priorities. You know, they work hard, but in the evenings they just relax and they commune with each other, with their families, with their friends. They have tapas. They stay up late. They eat late, and they just do that all day, every day. So yeah, it was so much fun filming in Madrid. I'd go back in a heartbeat.
Very excellent. And in the case for Daniela Forever, you this is an independent film. You've done large, big budgets
Mhm.
in the past, and you've done small budgets. Tell us your preference when it comes to big movies versus small movies like Daniela Forever.
Yeah, I think there's much more sort of artistic say in independent films. I think there's so much more sort of uh, space for interpretation and collaboration. I think sometimes especially with big studio films, like there's many sort of levels of hierarchy that you need to pass on these ideas to be like, okay, yeah, we can do this. So I'm definitely not this. This is going to interrupt our data system. Da, da, da. But so within like, I still love making big studio things because you get this huge playground to be a part of, with the biggest, newest toys and the most bodacious sets somewhere halfway across the world. So it becomes a spectacle. But at the same time, the heart of independent filmmaking is so strong and it's still beating, and it brings something out of you that you don't know was there. And it's like, wow, I need to do more of this. This is such a fulfilling exercise in what I love to do. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. It's exciting either way.
You know what? I'm always excited is because I'm still waiting for this movie to happen, is the sequel to Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah,
And I'm like, when is that gonna happen? But are you also hopeful that someday that would happen? Because I read all the
of
books
course.
myself.
Yeah, no, of course. I think it's such a special project, and we all, what was it? We filmed it maybe, geez, coming up to like 9, 10 years ago. So we were all kind of fledgling actors, apart from Michelle Yeoh, of course. But we've all kind of gone off and done our own thing, and it would be great to get the gang back together at some point. But who knows?
Well said. And so what's up next on your plate for yourself? Are you going to stick in the indie realm or are you going to go back into large projects? Because it seems like you mixed it all up.
Yeah, no, like funny enough, I'm on a an Amazon picture September till the end of the year here in London. A great light sort of comedy with fantastic cast. It hasn't been announced yet, so soon to be announced. But yeah, I'm always continuously looking for like wonderful scripts and new young directors, hungry, artistic people to work with. So I'm just as hungry as I was at the beginning of this career, and I it's a joy to be able to do something that I love. So I hope that I can keep doing it.
I know you've done so wonderfully here, and now you're filming over there in Europe because I know we miss you here in Los Angeles ourselves.
Oh man, I miss that weather. That's for sure.
Well, Henry, let me wrap it up with one last question. Just going back to the theme of Daniela Forever, because the character has a chance to control his dreams.
Mhm.
Would you love to do that in your own dream world?
Mm. I think we have the ability for lucid dreaming. There's been times that I've woken up within my dreams and been like, whoa, this is unbelievable because you can do anything and everything you kind of imagine. Would I like a chance of that if it was brought to you in pill form? Why not? Like imagine the things you could work through in your head that, you know, you could overcome childhood trauma. You could meet friends forgotten. You could revisit like moments in your life that you could sort of just like watch as a third party. Um, I'd love to lucid dream more.
And that's why you do the best with what you do. So,
There you go.
Henry, thank you very much for speaking to us about
Thanks.
Daniela Forever. It is a wonderful conversation with you.
Thank you. Take care.